From hot spots to hidden gems and lots of local flavor, it's your guide to LA the unscripted way. And tonight we're highlighting Black History Month from the soulful Alta Adams. Serving shrimp and grits and collard greens and spicy gumbo. If you've been looking for soul food in LA, we have got you covered. Hello everyone, I'm Dana Devin from the historic home of Alta Adams Restaurant. And tonight we're diving into the details and the dishes of this SoCal hotspot.
I grew up in the projects. In the impoverished community, the options were limited. The opportunity just wasn't there. I didn't have no Huxtable family down the street that I go down to. Like the examples were street. I followed the example and I landed where everybody landed, in prison. I did 10 out of 11 years, and today we're having different conversations about me, right? I'm having different conversations and my legacy has changed. My name is Chef Keith Corbin, and I am the executive chef owner of Alta Adams Restaurant, and we specialize in California soul food.
Our food is so good because of the love that we put into it, I think. We took a lot of time developing these recipes, and I think that it really does show in the cuisine. We're definitely known for our Alta fried chicken. Hi, my name is Ray DuBose Woods, and I'm the sous chef here at Alta West Adams.
I wanted to create dishes that I grew up eating. Soul food in a sense it's big. The collard greens I grew up eating, watching my granny cook them.
Soul food is working with what you have and really putting your heart into it. We go to the farmers market multiple times a week to source our vegetables and support our local businesses.
Currently our most popular cocktails here are the Angelino, Cali Christmas, and the Genevieve. The Genevieve is a gin-based cocktail. It features lemon juice, a lavender-infused simple syrup, and elderflower liqueur. It's garnished with a lemon peel and lavender buds. And then we have the Cali Christmas. It's a cranberry hibiscus Cosmo. The Angelino, it's our take on a Manhattan. I get a lot of my inspiration and ideas from the kitchen. Last week, Chef Keith brought in a Buddha's hand, and I'm in the process of turning that into limoncello. I really feel like we are a family here.
It really does mean a lot to me to be a Black female chef in this industry, and I hope that other people feel like they can do it, because anyone really can be anything that they want to be.
Chef Keith comes from a similar background as my dad, so it was very comforting for me. We have like a better understanding of each other.
This community, this neighborhood is parallel to the one I grew up with. I grew up in Watts, right? Black and brown community. So it was very important on how we came in. And that was almost 2.5 years ago. Now you have about 10 to 12 restaurants on this street. You have a hotel, you have a lot going on. Some people say that we were the beginning of the change. To break through and to be able to have a place that's cultivating Black chefs to go out into the world and bring their knowledge, bring their influence, bring their culture, bring what they've grown up eating, what they have to this field, this industry, right? We can change it. We can definitely change it.
Now I know what heaven feels like. Pack your bags, yeah, baby, we're leaving.
You guys, my mouth has been watering since we walked in the door. And coming up, I'm gonna bite into a couple of their standout dishes. I may even have a cocktail or two. Hey, it's my job. Right now, Jasmine Simpkins is doing her part to brew up another hot spot that serves carnations with your coffee.
Welcome to Bloom and Plume.
Thank you.
You're getting a warm welcome from Mr. Leroy.
Well, thank you for having LA Unscripted.
You're very welcome.
Here to see the space.
Bloom and Plume is my flower business that I've had since 2010. I started it as a way to follow a little bit more of my creativity. We make custom arrangements. We do a lot of high-end florals for big companies, celebrities, you know, all of that. The biggest name that we've worked with is we've worked with Beyonce, we've worked with Rashida Jones, Maya Rudolph. We treat it more of like an art practice, so you're kind of like buying a little baby sculpture. Before I started my business, the only black florist I had ever seen was Preston Bailey. And I noticed him on Oprah for her 40th birthday party, and like he did, I think, her 50th, and it was like so grand and so over the top. And like that was kind of like my inspiration in many ways. I would describe my style as, we kind of call it natural opulence. I like a lot of movement. There's a lot of dance in my life, and so I like the arrangements to look like they're constantly in motion. I like things to have a lot of texture and dimension, and really like the overall gesture when you see it is like, whoa, breathtaking.
I love the name, but I want to know from you, like, how did you guys come up with it?
I really have a love for flowers. I knew I was starting a flower business, and I love feathers. So I just thought Flowers and Feathers was a weird name. It was definitely a group effort. We're like bouncing ideas back and forth on like what would be like the perfect little pairing, and that's what we went with.
And boom, here you are. And how long has it been? Business has been here.
The coffee shop has been here, it'll be 3 years in January. The flower business has been since 2010. We're in Echo Park, historic Filipino town. This has been my neighborhood. I've lived here for 18 years. There has just been a lot of change in the last 5 years. And I was like, somebody's gonna open a coffee shop. It's gonna annoy me. So let me be the change that I wanna see in the world. So my brother and I partnered together. He runs the business side of it. I run the creative side of it. And we opened Bloom and Plume Coffee. We have all of your regulars. We have your lattes, your cappuccinos, your cortados, your Americanos. Right now we have what's called candy on drip, and it is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna pour you a cup.
Oh, let's do it.
We're considered like a third wave shop, so it's very bespoke. It's I wanted that like high-end experience, but at a price point and a vibe that was accessible to all, and where everybody felt comfortable to come in.
I had to open the top button of my pants just watching that piece. Okay, coming up, the Black-owned bookstore that's kept African-American authors on shelves for 30 years, and inside the Black-owned brewery that serves hops and hope for other cool companies.
You don't like it when you check up on me. You don't know that it's a way. You like to make me feel like I'm special every day. You always
Welcome back to LA Unscripted from Alta Adams Restaurant, one of the many places we're highlighting for Black History Month. And right now, we're checking out the cocktails at this soulful eatery. Okay, what are we making?
We're gonna make our Angelino.
Okay, this is your take on a
Manhattan. Booze forward, spirit forward.
booze forward drinks. That's a booze forward drink. Oh, I love these ice cubes.
We're gonna stir this on a large rock. It melts less, but it just chills it fast.
Okay, okay.
float above the city.
I put the bitters in the bottom of the glass.
Okay, and this is actually a mole bitters.
Yep, mole cacao spice.
I've never heard of that before.
We're just gonna garnish this with a little orange and a cherry.
And does that really make a difference?
Yes. Stir at the end because I put the bitters in the bottom of the glass.
Okay. It looks so pretty. Oh God, it even smells delicious. Oh, it's so smoky. It feels warm when it goes down, and it's a little sweet. That is delicious. And I don't even really like Manhattans, and I love this. That is a winner. This is a great date spot, by the way. And since Valentine's Day is just around the corner, Anya Starr is here with a way to celebrate the holiday in a different way. Calling all Galentines.
Valentine's Day is just days away, but don't worry, I did all your shopping for you and found something for everyone on your list. Now let's start with those guys. I mean, guys are so hard to shop for, am I right? Well, I found something for the modern man in your life. Now these are so great for the modern man who wants more from his clothing. They start at $185 and they're made in Europe and they're tailored by experts in Poland. This brand represents the perfect intersection of style, quality, and luxury at an accessible price. Use my code STYLESMART for 20% off your order at treforlifestyles.com. Next up, I am very excited about this brand. This is for anyone you know who's ever broken their glasses. These are Rochambeau, available at rochambeaubaby.com, and these are the unbreakable sunglasses. They have 5 different sizes, so they're from baby up through grandparents. They also have prescriptions straight to your door, kind of like a Warby Parker, but for kids. So I'm gonna do a demo. Here they are. Try and break them, bend them. Unbreakable. How great is this? So be sure to use my code STYLESMART20 for 20% off your order. This is the biggest discount they've ever done. Rochambeaubaby.com. I know you know someone who's trying to be their best self in 2022. These are from our friends at FGBG Lifestyle, and they have vitamins to strengthen your nails, your hair, even give you a glow, get that skin vibrant and glowing. FGBG, made with antioxidants to help fight cell damage and free radicals that are produced by toxins. This is the coolest part, is they already separated them into your daily dose. So they're so great to grab on the go. Be sure to use my code STYLESMART for 20% off your order, fgbglifestyles.com. Now, do you have anyone in your life who loves shoes? Hint, me, this girl. Have you heard of Andrea Carano shoes? This high-end luxury shoe brand is 100% handmade in Naples, Italy. They were one of the first Italian shoe brands to hit the market here in the US. Their Moccasino collection is their most classic and popular, and it's a timeless piece and was a favorite of Audrey Hepburn. AndreaCarano.com. Use my code STYLESMART20 for 20% off your order. Do you know anyone who loves cats? If you do, I have the perfect gift for you. This is from thecatladybox.com, and it's a monthly subscription with the most meowsing gifts for your cat, like this little fortune cookie, there's a cat wine glass, a blanket, and even jewelry. This company also has a big heart. They donate to different cat rescue organizations each month. So go to catladybox.com and use my code STYLESMART for 25% off your order. It's good through February 28th. This is a special gift from Miss Hillary Please. Miss Hillary Please makes children feel special through movement, music, and creativity. She has a CD with songs that foster imagination and inspiration and enrichment for children. Now, this is a unique gift set. So it comes with the book, the handmade and sustainable doll, and then also the CD with 18 songs. The gift set costs $50. So visit MissHillaryPlease.com, use my code STYLESMART20 for 20% off your order. Okay, Unscripters, here is an LA-based brand for the fashionista on your list. Veronica M is an LA-based brand that combines classic styles and vintage patterns with a bohemian twist. They have statement pieces and closet staples. This is perfect for moms, boss babes, and any woman on the go. Their soft, breathable fabric is durable and doesn't wrinkle. It's great for travel. So visit veronicam.shop and use my code STYLESMART20 for 20% off. Okay, now you have no excuse to get Valentine's shopping, and remember, stay style smart.
Thank you, Anya. And when we come back, I'm finally digging into the food here at Alta Adams Plus. We'll check out one of the most beloved Black-owned bookstores in LA and get a beer that pays homage to historically Black-owned universities. Welcome back to LA LA Unscripted as we highlight some of our favorite Black-owned businesses here in SoCal, like this amazing hotspot, Alta Adams, serving some delicious soul food. Right now, we're in the coffee wine bar, but I am focused on this food. Okay, look what we have here. We have a fried chicken sandwich. We have collard greens, which are vegan, by the way. We have candied yams, beans and rice, and their amazing 7-Up cake. Okay, ready? That is delicious. It's such a good batter on the fried chicken, and then you taste the pickles and the cheese. Oh! All right, now, if you're looking for a great read this Black History Month, Olivia de Bortoli checks out a bookstore in Leimert Park in Los Angeles that's beloved and Black-owned. And it's not just the pages of their books that are steeped in history.
SO1 Books is an LA landmark that has the largest array of Black authors. And they've been open for over 30 years.
Well, we started back in 1990, I think it was, or maybe 89 even. We were at a small store not very far from here, right where Nipsey Hussle had his little shop at. And we eventually moved over here to Leimert Park because an opportunity arose to come over here to Leimert Park, which we felt was one of the centers for Black businesses. And we always wanted to be around other Black businesses.
Why is it so important to have Black representation in the book world?
The history was so denied to Black people for so long that, you know, you were told you hadn't done anything. When I was a student in elementary school, we didn't have really Black history taught. Even in high school, I was upset that we had to take a separate Black history course because I thought, if this is history, why isn't it part of American history?
If you had to pick maybe 1 or 2 books that are your favorites or that you would recommend, which one would you pick?
Chokehold by Paul Butler. Chokehold really talks about how this American history that we have all lived affects everybody. Once the murder of George Floyd happened, once you saw that crazy woman in Central Park, and then Ahmaud Arbery running from the police, or running from these nuts who are chasing him in Georgia, we just had an explosion of sales because people started saying, if you want to understand why this is going on, buy this book. Ibrahim Kendi, who wrote a book, How to Be an Anti-Racist, I think was one of the first ones, and he started saying, don't go to Amazon, buy them from Black stores, and that caused a huge explosion of books. Aswan, they said, was known by the Africans as Eswan, and it meant water over rocks. So we liked the name, the sound of it, and so we said, as water flows over rocks, so does knowledge flow through books.
You know what goes really well with a good book? A really good beer. And we're taking you inside Crowns and Hops, where the motto is to preserve culture and community.
There's about 8,000 breweries in the US, and less than 1% are owned by Black people. We created a movement and a brand truly focused on creating more diversity and inclusion in the craft beer industry.
When we first decided that Crowns and Hops was going to be a brewing company to really start producing our own beer, we felt that it only made sense to release a beer that was dedicated to the very community we started building. So we created a beer called BPLB, Black People Love Beer, or Brown People Love Beer, which was a hazy IPA that we brewed right before the pandemic, actually. That was our first canned beer that we put out to the people, and it got so much traction that we've done different variations of that.
We had to show more brown and Black faces inside of the craft beer industry, from the consumer side to working at the brewery side, and showing what an actual brewery looked and felt like.
Yes, I'm ready to talk beer. For Black History Month, we have some incredible beers. First and foremost, we're starting with HBCU Hazy IPA. As you can see, it's one of the more popular and beautiful beers that have hit the market over the past decade. But it's our double dry hopped IPA dedicated to HBCUs. I attended Howard.
I attended Spelman College, so we are giving an absolute shout out to our HBCU alums.
We have this incredible collaboration with Black-owned coffee roaster, Red Bay Coffee out of Oakland, California. And then later in the month, we have 2 beers dedicated to the music of Black and brown culture, starting with Miles to Italy, which is our Italian Pilsner that we brewed in honor of jazz. And then we also have Royal Verses, which is our double West Coast IPA that we brewed in honor of hip hop. One of our biggest initiatives is our 8 Trill Pills initiative. 8 Trill Pills actually is a reference to a statement in the Kellogg Foundation's A Business Case for Racial Equity. It states in the report that if we focus on racial equity today, that our country stands to see an impact of $8 trillion to our national GDP. Crowns and Hops always been a reminder that people are always deserving of the very best. No matter what your background is, no matter where you live, you are deserving of premium products. And our mission is to preserve culture, to expand palates, psychologically and physically, and to build community. That's at the spirit of who we are. So cheers to that.
Such a great business. And that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us. So where will we see you next? Keep tuning in nightly to LA Unscripted, and we'll keep surprising you. We'll see you next time from Alta Adams. Mwah.